So now we've been practicing all those cuts and all those different grips. It's time to put them together into a project. And this is the one I've designed for you. It's a simple relief carving with an integral frame. I've turned it into a key rack. It could be a rack for holding necklaces, whatever you like. I'm going to go through it step by step, and this would be the process I take for a simple one subject relief carving. And as we go along, do pay attention to how I'm using the same grips, and of course I'm using the same tools. I'm not adding any new tools to this carving, and see how with those cuts and those grips we can make this happen. Anyway, the first thing we need to do is to lay out the design in the wood. Here is the flower, the subject. Here is the background. So this is the wood I'm going to be removing. Now, the tool I have to level the background is this one, and I want to be able to get it into this area here. If I make this too close, this gap there, or indeed this gap here, I won't be able to get this tool in very well. So I've made allowances in the design for the width of this tool. If it was a narrower gap, then I really need a narrower tool. Now, the other thing I've got going on here is a little tight angle. Now, I'm going to use this skew chisel to get in there. That's my plan. But if you don't have a skew chisel, then you'll need to get a knife in there. But this sort of area, these sort of tight points here, it might be a problem if you don't have the right tool. So be careful about designing in something that's difficult to work. For the two leaves, I made this template so I can match on either side. The thing about this template is I know that I can use this gouge, this flat gouge, to slice in when I'm slicing these edges. So again, that shape is dictated by this tool. Now when it comes to the flower here, what I did was I drew a circle and divided it into 16. Then I took the gouge that I know that I'm going to be setting in the edge of this flower with here, and I stabbed it through at some point between the two lines, so that when we pop this cardboard out, we get this rather cool template that we can use to line up the flower. Now, why I've done that is because if you were to line the flower up like this, which is the way you might draw it out straight onto the board, what would happen is you'd have a very tricky little junction going on here where this groove between the petals meets this stalk. And by shuffling it around a touch like that, what it means is I can cut an arc here and finish off the stem nicely. So having decided that and worked out my circle, I divided up the outside, made my marks, drew my lines, and here's my flower divided. And of course this circle here matches this tool. So again, the design is being dictated by the gouges. So draw all this out and then put it into the holding board ready for carving.